EZANZ podcast. You may have seen some very cool news this morning with Inside Xbox, so of course we're coming at you with that and we're really excited.
Yeah, we are.
A new announce for something exciting is always, as you guys know, our favourite part of our job. So we want to talk a little bit about two really important things that came out of that. Fletcher is also going to do a game review for us. This week it's you. What game are you reviewing?
I'm reviewing one we said we'd do a little while ago.
You did.
I'm going to review Metro Exodus. So I wanted to use this point to just quickly point out in the intro that it may not be in the Gamepass library at the moment, but its predecessors are. So I think it's if you're going to be playing that game or wanting to play it, get Gamepass to try out the first two.
Yeah.
It's a story-driven game, and you'll definitely want to have that setting.
Fletcher and his story-driven games. Classic. And then we are also going to have our good new friends Debborah and Clive pop in at the end to give us some more office tips. So let's not hold back on our excitement. Let's go straight in with what happened on Inside Xbox this morning.
The Empire lies in our hands. The Dark Gods are planning their revenge.
Hype video just got me super excited. Like a good Xbox hype video just really does it for everyone.
Absolutely.
Like,
and like
every event
that we go to, it's 100% Xbox, which like seems to everyone's, when we go to events, we're already hyped to give you a background.
Excited.
And I'm particularly thinking of events where we get trained and people in similar roles to us get trained. And you know how excited we get over little things. So imagine when like Xbox comes out and they've got all their flashing lights coming in from all the different directions, and you can almost like sense the other people presenting to us being like, damn it, why did they put me off the Xbox again? Like they always bring the thunder.
Xbox to Office, like, we love all things the same, but Xbox is always the most exciting. So interestingly, we're actually not going to talk about anything in that trailer videos. Sorry if you got excited. I know that you've rekindled your love for Sea of Thieves.
Oh my gosh, yes.
You did a stream with Steve the other day, Pirate Legend Steve Nolan.
He's currently babysitting the office kids at in Sydney, so the people who work there kids. So I'm just jumbling over my words now, and I'm just waiting to ambush him once he's done.
Yeah, that new arena mode is going to be awesome. We're really looking forward to streaming on that when it does come out.
100%.
Maybe I'll join you this time. We'll see how we go with that.
Should we stop stringing these fellows along? I feel like we're stringing them on.
Anyway, I said we were going to talk about it, and then we started talking about it. But the thing I'm most excited about, I'm going to drop in another video here just to give it a little bit more sizzle for you guys and show off just how cool it is.
Our first challenge was, how do we make an all-digital Xbox One?
Actually, that was our only challenge.
We told them it can't be done. And they said, it can. Go do it.
Go all digital? It had never been done before. Except movies, music, books.
The solution was there all along, but we just couldn't see it.
Newspapers, the almanac. I guess it wasn't totally impossible. We tried removing everything, but we realized that would make it hard to play video games. So we put some stuff back.
We lost a lot of good people on this project.
But then we found them again. They were playing Halo in conference room 4B.
The answer wasn't just staring me in the face. It was staring at me in the brain. I got it.
You just deleted the disk drive.
Exactly.
Do it again.
You just pressed delete.
That's it.
It was like our new baby.
No, if our baby was made out of robot white plastic and metal and was powered by a custom-made SoC.
Otherwise, exactly like a new baby.
Introducing the new Xbox One S All Digital Edition.
Introducing the Xbox One S All Digital Edition.
How exciting it is. I love the look of it. I'm just gonna put it out there. It's real clean.
Yeah, because I actually, this has been rumoured on the internet for a long time. We're not living under a rock, we're not blind. So I've seen a lot about this on the internet for quite some time, and I was in a shop the other day and I walked past a box for the One X white console, and I thought it was this, and you saw it online this morning and you're like, look at it, look how good it looks. I'm like, that's not it, Fletch.
And I was like, this is expensive.
I thought they said it was going to be cheaper. So slightly misleading, but it does look really nice, and I know that you've got a very aesthetically pleasing living room.
I do.
And this will and we talked about it with the white Elite controller, and I know how silly it sounds to look at something and be like, well, that would look nice in my living room. Yeah. It's true, it matters. Having technology that looks good as well as being useful and functional, I think is awesome.
Just get rid of my home theater system and have the whole Xbox One S and One X story going in my living room.
You could just line it up.
Why not?
Could be that guy, and it wouldn't surprise me if you become that. But, in sort of announcing this, I'm someone who does as soon as things are announced, I do like to go to the internet to see what people are saying about it. And it's kind of a 50-50 split, I'll be honest. I've seen some people say, no, Microsoft, what on earth are you doing? I love having physical discs. I think this is silly. But I think it's really important to just enforce that and reiterate, not enforce, that's a bit scary, to reiterate that this is an option for people. So someone
100%.
like me, for example, I've had my Xbox for about a year now, maybe over a year, and now I'm thinking about it, I've never put a disc into it, ever.
Yeah. I just think you're so on point with that, and it almost seems like people thought that the sky was going to fall, and not everyone, again, like the 50-50 split, that's people who do love collecting their disc games, because a lot of gamers are collectors, and I'm very much a collector. I do have quite a few discs, although in saying that, I'd probably buy this if I was starting out again. But we're not forcing it down your throat. We're again giving that option. And can I spoil the second announcement? It's perfect timing for this announcement, because there was two, just like Hannah said at the start. There were two announcements, not one. And the second one is that we are releasing something called Xbox Game Pass Ultimate.
Xbox Game Pass Ultimate.
Well, you can tell it's cool.
Anything with Ultimate in the title. Yeah.
So what it is, it's something that just makes sense. It is Xbox Game Pass and Xbox Gold, but you're only paying one price to get both, and that makes it so much less confusing. And it also makes this perfect to have around, right? Because if you are wanting to buy this, or if you're working in store selling this console, or will be selling this console, what a perfect thing to purchase or sell along with it.
Absolutely. And I think, I remember when Game Pass was really new to the market, we did an expo, and we had a lot of people asking questions about it, and especially with so many online games like Forza Horizon 4, Sea of Thieves, all of those kinds of things, people were sort of saying, okay, great, so with this I can play it online? And I'm like, well, actually you need to buy this as well. And I think that sometimes that can be a little bit annoying. I know, just from buying stuff myself, even something as simple as going to play Fortnite with Bran, we're still on that bandwagon, as you guys know. But, when we first downloaded it onto a console and, signed in with his good old Xbox Live account that he's had since he was significantly younger, which makes me laugh.
What's the username?
It's,
can we shout it out on this podcast?
I can't remember exactly what it is, but he is a huge Devil May Cry fan. So his Xbox gamer tag is Devil May Cry, but in there's underscores and numbers as well, so I'm not totally throwing you under the bus, right? But he's gone from a capital to a small letter to a capital, so it's clearly from the 2000s. But it was a very defining moment in our relationship where he was like, don't judge me, Hannah. Like, just play games with me,
Just
please.
go with it.
Like, and it's real funny, like, hearing people yell at him on Fortnite, being like, come on, Devil May Cry, let's do this. I'm like, anyway, but, you know, when we downloaded and installed it, we were like, great, let's play together, and then it was just like, but wait a minute, you need Xbox Live.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, damn. And the same thing happened with Forza Horizon 4. We talked about that when it first launched, how it's set in the UK, Graham's
You go on
from
romantic
Scotland.
getaways.
We do
Scotland.
it, and like this is so lame. But you know,
I love having this
and I think I said it
curtain
like
opened.
straight away when, like, even with Forza Horizon 3, how it was based in Australia, and now when I heard 4 was based in the UK, I was like, I want to know how accurate it is, how true to life, and how true to those places it is.
Yeah.
And so when we first played it, I saw that Edinburgh was on the map, and Graham went to uni there, lived there for a few years, and I was like, oh, it's very expensive to go to Edinburgh from New Zealand. Graham, tell me how accurate this is. And he drove me through the streets, and he was like, oh my goodness, I used to live around the corner from here, I caught the train to work over here, I used to play gigs in this bar. I was like,
That's
wow,
so
like this
cool,
is crazy. So a really cool thing to do together, and I think Xbox Game Pass Ultimate sums that up in one nice little package. But an important thing with that is, once again, this is also a choice. So there are a couple of things that we want to talk about with that. So if you are currently an Xbox Game Pass or Xbox Gold Live subscriber, you will get the choice to kind of, you know, for example, if you've got a year of Xbox Game Pass or Xbox Gold Live, you will get the choice to kind of get both. How this is going to work, I'm going to be honest, I don't totally know. The way that they worded it was that you will be able to kind of redeem your time. So I'm going to chickadee check my facts, but it is in the full stream. So you will be able to kind of, I guess, get it all if you've already got one. But the important thing is that if you do not want both, you can still get the separate subscriptions as well. So I think that is important, just because some people, I don't know why, but some people aren't interested in getting Game Pass. You do you, that's okay. You don't have to explain yourself to me, but I think you're missing out. So yeah, so you can choose either or even, you know, for example, probably a better example to go the other way is if you are, say, a parent buying Xbox Game Pass and you don't feel comfortable with your kids playing online, so you're not interested in getting Xbox Live, you can keep those two things
100%.
separate. Very, very cool, and I think, as Fletch said, these two things being announced in conjunction really, I think, speak to the success of this, and I think kind of go towards, you know, most PCs don't have a disk drive anymore, so I think it really does just make sense for a console to not have one either.
Like that video put it great, right? It's like, oh, we can't do this. It can't be done.
Yeah.
And then it's like, I mean, what else is digital? Music, books, video, and it was just
it just makes sense. It just makes sense. Welcome to 2019. Really cool stuff coming. I cannot wait to see this in market. And what I'm most excited about is it just makes gaming a little bit more affordable for everyone. Having those subscription services, not spending $100 on a game every time it comes out, getting that launch free with Game Pass is very, very cool. So I'm very excited to see how this will change the landscape of gaming.
So today I decided I'd review Metro Exodus, the brand new installment to the Metro series. So the Metro series, just to give you a bit of background, is based in a post-apocalyptic future. It's actually based in Moscow in Russia. So the whole idea is there's been a nuclear apocalypse. Every country launched their nuclear missiles everywhere. And the people of Moscow retreated to the underground railway system, because that's actually was the plan if there was a nuclear war, that they retreat there because that's the safest place in the city. So this game picks up pretty soon after Metro 2033. I believe that was the second game in the installment. And you are still Artyom, who is the main character of the series. It's actually based on a series of books by a Russian author. So you're straight away thrust into another scenario where you're underground, you're in the railway tunnels, and you're trying to get back to your base. So there's quite a few little settlements in the city, but you're now, at this stage in the story, one of the elite defenders of the realm. And what's happened is, because there was a nuclear disaster, mutants have appeared. So they're these weird mutants. I know from the other games that there's flying gargoyles, and you do see them in the Metro Exodus really close to the start. Thank God you don't have to fight them, because they are really, really difficult. I still have nightmares about fighting them in the other Metro games. So I'm trying to get back to a base, and I encounter an outpost that was trying to be set up by some people who had run away from a safe settlement, and they had been swamped by these monsters, these others, these mutants that attack. So Metro is really, really good at setting up like a heavy suspense. It's very much a thriller game, and yeah, you really feel it, and I felt it straight away in this game. You're in the dark. You have a light on the end of your gun, so you can shine that at any just pretty much in the whole tunnel system. I'm terrible with this game at being fast too. I take my time as I go through the tunnels, because I don't want to get in a really crap position when these things attack you. Because it is, as well as being a story-based game, a thriller game, it's a little bit of a survival game. So if you're outside, for example, you have to put a gas mask on, and you have rebreathers on the end which you have to constantly swap out because they get so heavily polluted, and you need to save yourself from the radiation. All your bullets, they actually double up as currency. The bullets you use for the majority of the game are actually like B-grade bullets. They're ones that have been made in the this post-apocalyptic world, and they're not seen as good quality as bullets made in like what would be the current age by today's militaries and industry. And those bullets are actually the currency of the game. So any old bullets from before the disaster, they are currency, which is pretty cool. You can shoot them, but I've never really found myself shooting them except for in the like most dire of situations. So as I was exploring this outpost, you hear the mutants all around you, like they're going above the ceilings. You hear them through the walls. You can see them out of the corner of your eye in all sorts of spots. And I was really, I have to remember this is a PG-friendly review, but I was something bricks while I was going through. As I was going through a train, because there are still trains in the tunnel, and coming out the other end, that's when they came, of course. And I actually died the first time when I was fighting, because I tried to hunker down in a corner and just shoot these guys with a shotgun, but I ran out of bullets. So I found out I had to run for a door, just like not look behind me, just get to the door, hope they don't catch me, and get through. So I managed to get through that opening story, and then we got into the main storyline. And Artyom has always believed that there are other settlements out there, that surely the 30,000 odd people who survived in Moscow aren't the only people to survive the post-apocalyptic disaster. So he's setting up all sorts of radio signals all over the place, and the boss of the settlements, the boss of the task force he's now in, doesn't like that. It doesn't help that Artyom is dating this guy's daughter, so he doesn't want Artyom putting these ideas in his daughter's head and risking her life, which he absolutely is, because once you go to the settlement and get a bollocking after you've nearly died from this mutant attack, and you actually were in hospital, it cuts to the scene where you're on a tall building setting up a radio signal. That's when I see the scary gargoyles, and we're searching for this base. I didn't get too much further into the game, unfortunately. I did run out of time after that, but I know that from the trailers, and I do want to say, spoiler alert, I'll leave you a little bit of time in case you want to pause. There is another settlement. So there's another settlement in Russia that is a cult. It's like a religious cult. I think they might even worship the mutants. So I think I'm going to have to come back to you guys and do a catch-up as I get further through the story, but I do really enjoy this game. So if you are someone who likes first-person shooters, who likes survival aspects, who likes modern guns, who likes that post-apocalyptic feel, but still with like a very realistic scenario, this is actually a game for you. It always has me on the edge of my seat. No matter where I am, I'm just expecting something to try scare me, to jump out from all the corners and attack me. So I really recommend that, this game. I'm a huge fan. When it does come to our reviews though, remember, if you didn't catch it, we are reviewing this with Ninja Cats. So we're going to review the gameplay, the graphics, and the storyline out of 5 Ninja Cats. So in terms of the graphics, I think I'll start there. I would give this game a 3.5 Ninja Cats, and that's not because the graphics are bad, but remember that is above average in graphics, but they probably don't dedicate a heck of a lot of time. It does seem to run on the same engine as the last games, so it's not necessarily going to be on the same level as something like Sea of Thieves, which we've got a review coming to you guys shortly on, and how that has evolved. It's probably not quite up on the level of the Division 2 either, but it's not bad, so I'm going to give it that. When it comes to actual gameplay, personally I'm a huge fan of the gameplay. I'm going to give that a 4 out of 5 Ninja Cats, so it is a really solid level of gameplay. I enjoy the survivalistic side. It's not so intense that it like puts off people who haven't encountered that genre before, but it's definitely enwraps you in it. You do feel like you have to be very careful. You can't just go out and be a juggernaut like in some other games. So if you're looking for a game like that, maybe try Crackdown 3. This isn't that type of game. When it comes to the actual storyline, I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 5 Ninja Cats. I love the story of this game, of this series. I actually want to buy the box and read them. That's how far into the storyline I've gotten. So I think it's very good at picking up where you left off. I love the different factions you get, the different characters you encounter. It really does kind of create this really cool global thing. I love picking up the little bits of paper on the ground and reading them and finding out what different NPCs have run into. I'm a huge fan. So if you like story-driven games, if you like survival games, you like thriller games, this is absolutely up your alley and something you should try out. So I want to give you guys a reminder, this is something relatively new that we started doing, so if you haven't seen our last Game Pass, go check out the one Steve did on Formula 1 2018. We are sticking to the Xbox Game Pass game library at the moment to really show you guys the value of that. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel to keep up with our podcasts and game reviews in the future. And if you haven't heard about this, we are streaming through the EZANZ Mixer channel. So I will chuck a link down here, just like Steve loves us to do, so that you can hop on and see me, him, maybe Hannah do a few, or any of the other master trainers around the place. So definitely check us out and give us some follows.
Clive! Oh, hello, Debborah. Check this out. Oh, Clive! Oh, hello, Debborah. Welcome back to the Expert Zone store.
Hi, Clive. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you? How does Timmy like the new laptop?
Oh, he loves it. He loves the OneNote demonstration I showed him. Oh, he does love it.
That's fantastic. What brings you back in today?
Well, Timmy's trying to complete a PowerPoint presentation. However, he doesn't know how to make it look pretty.
Oh, that's easy. I'd love to show you a demo if you've got 5 seconds on Quick Starter by PowerPoint.
Oh, yes. That would be amazing, Clive.
Okay, just check this out. Click on the Quick Starter icon in PowerPoint. Search for the subject that you want to do your presentation on. Click on the picture. And then make sure you cover all of the subtopics that you want to cover within this presentation. Hit Next and pick how you want your slides to look, then hit Create. We'll now create a PowerPoint presentation from start to finish with everything from contents pages to pictures. All that's left for Timmy to do now is to insert all of the content he wants to talk about. We've even given him some handy tips within the slide notes.
Wow! Timmy will be a whiz at PowerPoint.
Yes, he will. It's very easy, and it doesn't do all the work for them. It still makes them research stuff.
That is amazing, Clive. Thank you so much.
Is there anything else?
No, not for now.
Okay. Well, I'll see you later.
Yes, Clive. Yes, you will.
Bye.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. We're really excited to see these new things and we'd love to hear your thoughts about it. As I said, I'm a comment reader. I like to know people's thoughts, feelings on opinions and new stuff. Will it suit you? Be honest, tell us. Is a digital console something up your alley? Definitely up my alley. Maybe not up Fletcher's alley.
Yeah, like I think it would have been at the start, but at the stage I am in my gaming evolution, it's not right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You've got your lineup, and that's okay because the choice is still out there. Just bringing back
100%.
that message again. Very, very cool to see a change coming, a new opportunity coming, and we'd love to hear from you guys what you're looking forward to about it, if it's going to be something that works for you, or is it going to be on the Christmas list for maybe one of your loved ones as well. Please do let us know what game you would like us to review next. I know Fletcher's got a couple up his sleeve.
Yeah, we do. We've got a few. We're actually stockpiling for once, which is great. We're going to get all over them. Thanks to Debborah and Clive for making another appearance as well. We're going to have to get them on for an interview, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really over-promising on Debborah and Clive's behalf. They're a tricky pair to pin down.
I'll leave that up to you then, Hannah. And no.
Just disclaimer: I'm not Debborah and Clive. Just in case you're wondering who that might be.
Neither of us are.
It says in the clips. It's Steve.
True.
It's Steve. In case you didn't guess, it's Steve.
You're ruining it. You're ruining the mystique.
It says Debborah and Clive are people of their own. Okay. Anyway, before we start a fight, we're going to leave you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Unfortunately, you will not see us next week as it is the Easter holidays. We are going to take a week off, but we will be back at you following that with some awesome new stuff. We will see you guys in a couple of weeks.